Fala pessoal, de boa, continuando a nossa gameplay do Starfield de onde paramos. Hoje estamos aqui, né, na frente ali da igreja aqui, onde a gente encontra o Pontífice lá também, né? Mostrando pra vocês aqui em Nova Atlântida, tá? Se mantendo ali ainda, tá? No sistema de Alpha Centauri, certo? E bora lá, né? Procurar aí por mais missões secundárias e histórias que a gente tem nessa cidade aqui, beleza? Então vamos começar mais uma.
But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can.
Keeper Aquilus has been helping me work through some, anger issues. Oh, hi there. I'm Marcus Lestari. Are you interested in the Sanctum Universum? Glad to hear it. It's an exciting time for the church. We're growing every day, and we've been getting more interested visitors lately, too. Actually, we've had a few visitors come by recently, but they have yet to come visit us again. This strikes me as a good opportunity. I'm wondering, would you like to go check in with those visitors and welcome them back to our church? Maybe all they need is just another invitation. And don't worry, I'll pay for your effort, of course. Well, that's why. We want to keep growing our community, but sometimes people can be suspicious of others who are already heavily involved in the church. A new face like yourself might make the prior visitors more comfortable with returning, and you all may learn something along the way. Either something about the church or about yourselves. Excellent. Their names were Tony, Evie, and Johan. When you check in with them, give them one of these slates. It's just a little something welcoming them back, if they're interested. If you want, take some time to talk with them, get to know them and why they were interested in the Sanctum Universum. In any case, when you're done, come back to me and I'll give you your payment.
Beleza, missão bem simples, né? A gente tem 3 marcações ali no mapa, são pessoas pra gente interagir, né? Então, bem tranquilo, eu vou ir lá conversar com elas, conhecer ali e terminar a missão.
I'm on tax duty tomorrow. Can't wait. Wen really keeps the distribution center in tip-top shape. Oh, no. When I was growing up, I actually wanted to be a miner on Sidonia. As weird as that may sound. I guess I never wanted to have a typical job. Lucky for me, working at the distribution center is anything but typical. Really? Nice! I went there a while back. Good to see they still remember me. To tell you the truth, I don't really have any thoughts on the church itself. I wouldn't consider myself religious. I initially went because it just seemed interesting. I don't think I really know enough about the church to decide if it's bad or good, or if it's even a good fit for me. I guess maybe I should go back to figure that out. There wasn't really any reason. I just got busy or lazy and stopped going. I've actually been meaning to check it out again. It's just something interesting to do after work. The people seem nice as well. Gotta say that it's nice. You know, having people think about you. Because of my job, I don't really have too much free time to socialize or make friends. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my job. It's the best job in New Atlantis. But still, it can be hard to put myself out there sometimes. That's actually one of the reasons I went to the Sanctum Universum. Just to talk with people and get to know them. It was nice. It really was. Yeah, I think I will. But hey, let me ask you something. Do you believe in all this Sanctum Universum stuff? What do you think? Uh-huh. Like Bigfoot. Do you know what Bigfoot is? Some monster that might have lived on Earth and had big feet. You know what? I'll just stop talking. Well, hey, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for bringing this to me. keep on keeping on.
Seriously, I need to know who's
Sure hope
in
your
here.
day's going as well as mine is.
Oh, I feel you on that.
Fine, I guess.
Knowing
Do we know each other?
my skin hates me.
Oh, alright. I thought you were trying to flirt with me. My day's going fine. It's hard to complain about anything when you have a Terrorbrew in your hand. Catch you later, yeah? What, at Terrorbrew? I wish. Nah, I live at Athena Tower. Just moved in, actually. My girlfriend and I got a place there a few weeks ago. I'm not sure how long we'll be there, though. We're saving up to get out of New Atlantis and, tour the settled systems. Yeah, sure. Her name's Donna. She works at the Nat station near Mast. Oh, boy, is she a catch. She's passionate, beautiful, friendly. I really lucked out. We met a couple of years ago, and we've been going steady since then. I'm actually thinking about asking her to marry me pretty soon. Keep that between us, okay? I don't want her finding out before I pop the question. Oh, thank you, I guess. An invitation, huh? Yeah, I checked out the church a few weeks ago, but I haven't gone back yet. My girlfriend and I want to leave New Atlantis and travel the settled systems. We've been working our butts off, and my girlfriend is so excited. I'm excited too, but it's still a little scary, you know? We've been in New Atlantis all our lives. We don't even really know what to expect out there. I guess I was seeking out some sort of comfort from the church. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't want to disappoint anyone in case I stop going. The church was interesting, but how can anyone know for certain that it's all real? Doesn't that bother anyone else? I guess that's probably why I never went back. There's no certainty. Yeah, you're right about that. To be honest, I'm not sure I'll visit the church again, but I'll think about it. Anyways, I gotta get going. Thank you for taking the time to deliver this to me. Take care.
The FC's no friend of you and me. What do you want? I'm very busy. What? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I went to the Sanctum Universum a while back. I haven't checked it out again, though. It's interesting. The whole literally finding God thing is comforting to me, in a way. Wait, why am I telling you this? I'm not sure. The truth is that I want to believe in it all. The Sanctum Universum believes that God gave us the ability to grab jumps so that we can search for him and find him. If that's true, maybe I can find my dad as well. I lost him when I was just a little girl. I can barely remember him. Because if it all ends up not being real, I'd be devastated. I don't need a lecture from you. Listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'll go back if I want to.
I didn't think I'd like the Sanctum, but it's pretty calming. He's giving me a lot to think about. Sure, but I warn you, I'm not the world's most interesting guy. I was born and raised in New Atlantis. Actually, to be more specific, well. I had a rough childhood like most people from down there. And luckily for me, I managed to get out of there and find a job in the commercial district. The Sanctum Universum has been helpful for me. I admittedly have struggled with feelings of anger, and sometimes I still do. Keeper Aquilus and the church have really helped me to become a better person. I'm a pretty devoted follower. I love coming to listen to Keeper Aquilus and talk with the others. I still have a lot to learn, though. I truly believe that Keeper Aquilus and the Sanctum Universum has been an absolutely positive influence on my life. I try to reach out to others as much as possible, invite them to come talk with us and spread Keeper Aquilus's teachings. I think it's the least I can do. Great. How'd it go? I don't know if I would go so far as saying that there was a lesson to be learned, but hopefully, if you talked with them, you noticed that each person had a different reason for visiting the Sanctum Universum. The diverse backgrounds and perspectives of each of our visitors and members is what makes our community so great. We support, challenge, educate, and comfort one another. At the end of the day, the church is trying to build a community. It doesn't matter what you believe or what your background is. All are welcome here. I'm glad to hear that. Sometimes people just need a little reminder that they're always welcome here. Here, your payment as promised. Thank you for taking the time to do this. And I hope to see you around the church too.
Beleza, né? Então completamos mais uma missão ali bem na frente da igreja ali, né? De Nova Atlântida. No restaurante ali mais chique, vamos dizer assim, de Nova Atlântida. Mais uma missão aí também.
I said, bleh. So you share my sentiments. I just don't understand why such a first-class restaurant can be satisfied with serving second-rate coffee. Of course, it could just be my palate. It's quite refined, which is both a blessing and curse. All the towers offer breathtaking views, for a price. It isn't the name on the building that matters, but how many floors are beneath you. But if you're looking for a living space, you want to speak with Miss Sanguini at the Realtor's office. She's the authority on the subject. I know you didn't just say Terrorbrew. Surely my ears must be deceiving me. Because to even imply that I would put that liquid garbage into my body is an insult I cannot tolerate. It is, as the saying goes, to die for, and I mean that quite literally. I think the most commonly requested meal for those on their deathbeds is a Jemison Wellington. Funny you should ask. I recently dined with a friend of mine with ties to the Freestar Collective. And he claims the best cup of joe he's ever had was in Aquila City. Yes, although I doubted him at first, but then he showed me the proof. In his hand was a single coffee bean, fermented in the digestive tract of an alien beast. It's not an entirely new idea. In the old world, growers used elephants. They believed the stomachs of these ancient beasts would ferment the bean and draw out its true flavor. It seems that would be the case. Following this discovery, I hired a man to feed coffee beans to predators throughout the settled systems. But it seems after consuming the beans, the beast decided to make a meal of him. So I need someone to find this beast and remove my property from its stomach. As for compensation, you'll receive 2,000 credits when the job is complete. Not at all. The risks were written into his contract. I am not responsible for his burial or the unpleasantness of his tomb. The man I hired had a transponder on him. When the predator consumed him, it also consumed the device. Rest assured, I'll have all the information forwarded to your ship's tracking systems. Excellent. I will have the coordinates sent to your ship.
Beleza, né? Então a gente iniciou a missão ali, certo? Vamos ter uma localização aí no universo marcada pra gente caçar um inimigo em específico, ficar longe pra dar com pau. E eu vou ter que fazer umas dobras pra chegar lá na localização, né? Já estamos aqui no local, tá? Eu não vou explorar ele ainda, porque eu não vim pra esse sistema, eu só vim por causa da missão. Então eu não vou sair olhando tudo ali, tá? Ó, o inimigo já está bem perto da área de pouso aqui, então bem de boa, né? Vou só matar ele e prontinho. Missão concluída. Mas primeiro a gente vai ter os grãos de café e um códice, certo? E a roupa ali do trabalhador também, bem interessante, né? Pegando o códice, praticamente a missão ela vai te dar uma opção opcional, que no caso é para ler o códice, tá? Eu vou mostrar ele aí para vocês, deixar um pouquinho na tela para quem quiser dar uma lida com calma, entender mais a história aí também, certo? E praticamente depois de ler esse códice aqui também, ela vai ter dois finais, tá? Eu vou mostrar ambos aqui para vocês, né? Mas aí vai ficar a teu critério, certo? Primeiro vamos fazer o final normalzinho dele aqui, que é a opção 1.
One of my rules in life is to never eat the same meal in the same week. And you made it back alive, which already puts you ahead of your predecessor. I trust you've brought my property with you. I did not, but it seems to have all worked out in the end. When you're in my position, it often does. Excellent. And as promised, here is your reward. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have business to attend to. See you.
E no caso também mostrando a opção 2, né? Que querendo ou não para essa missão é a melhor opção ali que a gente tem, tá? Porque ela vai te dar mais dinheiro, beleza? E só conversar com essa mina aqui agora.
If you're looking for one of our baristas, will be glad to help you.
And there are 2 locations in New
We
Atlantis.
service locations all over the settled systems. Just look for our handy logo. I do. He was supposed to provide me with a sample of exotic coffee beans. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I need to report back, but
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll have them disposed of immediately. Same deal I promised Cooper. 3,000 credits. Why would we do that? Procuring these beans and producing them on a large scale is not within our budget. But we also can't have people knowing better options exist. So, the only responsible thing to do is destroy them. Perfect. On behalf of Terrorbrew, I thank you for your diligence and your discretion. And don't forget to have a cup of coffee before you go.
Que no caso a gente acaba recebendo 1.000 a mais de grana, né? E querendo ou não faz diferença aí, e essa opção só libera depois de ler o códice. Chegando aqui na área do poço de frente ali para a autoridade comercial, temos aqui essa escada e esta porta que pode estar fechada, né? Conversando com o cara ali a gente inicia mais uma missão.
Financial aid to food banks. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot of people in need.
Nele, para quem tem a opção ali e o bônus extroversão, certo? Dá para remover também, tá? Isso é uma das coisas interessantes.
We started as an intellectual movement built around atheism. As our numbers increased, we began focusing on humanitarian efforts and showing what humanity can achieve when we work together. We don't exactly pass around an offering plate, if that's what you're asking. But we do run mostly on donations. And as you might have guessed from the surroundings, we try and stretch those donations as far as we can. Perfect. It just so happens there's a task I need help with right now. Indeed. Sometimes it just works out that way. People with mutual interests seek each other out, and by working together, we achieve something greater than ourselves. As for the job, I need you to pick up a man named Tahir over at the medbay. He's recovering from some injuries and needs assistance getting back to his apartment. I'd like you to pick him up, grab a bite to eat, and take him home. In one of the poorer districts, near where the children play soccer. Take him that far and he should be fine. Tahir is prideful, and I don't want him to feel like you held his hand. You just nudged him in the right direction. That's a touchy subject. Tahir's had several run-ins with UC security, including tagging, theft, and brawls. He also blames the UC for the conditions in the well, not to mention his own personal difficulties. And since he won't accept help from the authorities, the house is stepping in to provide some aid. I'm afraid not. Even after you're healed, it takes time to recover from something like this. Most people have family and friends to lean on, but Tahir has no one. On top of that, he's a young and prideful man, so he won't accept help from UC security. Great, you'll find him over at the medbay. He's probably hungry, so after you pick him up, escort him over to Kay's. She should have a meal ready for him to take home. And thanks.
Beleza, a gente só precisa ajudar uma pessoa ali na enfermaria. No caso, ele até apagou a gente adiantado já, então vamos lá, né?
Alright, Vala, you coming or not? This is the last time I'm gonna offer.
I don't need your help. I can walk home on my own.
Suit yourself, but if you get lost or end up in a cell, don't blame me. I tried to help. Hey there.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know where the soccer nets are? My apartment's in the same area. I got a bad case of the brain fog, and I can't seem to remember which way to go. UC security offered, but I refused. Their help is the reason I'm hurt in the first place. I was arrested a while back for tagging. One of the officers roughed me up pretty bad, and I haven't been the same since. Really? Is this some sort of scam? I'll have you know, I got no creds. Not yet. I'm actually starving, but I think I have some canned goods at home. I've got some chronic health problems. Aches, pains, you name it, I got it. Most days I can deal with it, but sometimes my body doesn't respond at all, and I end up in the med bay. They put me on some pretty hard meds, and it takes a while for the fog to clear. The doc said to give it a few hours, but I'd rather not stick around this dump any longer than I have to. Andy Singh. Well, if I'm gonna owe anyone, I'd rather it be the house than the UC. All right, you win. Seeing as I got no one else, might as well roll the dice with a stranger. So, go on, lead the way.
Beleza, aí o cara vai ir seguindo a gente até o restaurante ali, né, pra pegar a refeição dele.
Folks gotta look out for one another. That's why I started serving food all those years ago. Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in whenever you'd like. Sure I can. Just tell me who it's for, and we can get it sorted. I've got it right here. Is this for you to hear?
Well, I don't have any credits, so...
Then you're good. I already talked to Andy, and this one's on the house.
Thanks, Kay.
You're welcome, kid. It's just good to see you alive and well. You know, there was a time when you'd be in here every night.
Things change, Kay.
I know. Believe me, I know. And I get it's hard to come out here, but just... don't be a stranger, okay?
I'm sorry. I'll try not to.
Good. I'm glad we got that sorted. Here's the soup. Be careful, it's a little hot.
Beleza, aí a gente só precisa levar ele pra perto da casa ali e acabou a missão.
Ah, here we are. Home sweet home. At the end of the day, home is home, even if it's a bad one. But thanks for the help. I probably would have found it on my own, but it would have been a chore. Oh, right, the soup from Kay's. Man, it's been a long time since I had a warm meal. You might say that. Before I got hurt, I used to stop by Kay's every night for a soup and a sandwich. It didn't matter how bad my day was, or how empty my pockets were. As long as I had my food and my beer, I'd be good. All that weight would just wash away. And to be honest, I haven't felt that feeling in ages. Until now. So, you doing this for me, it means a lot. Thanks. Thanks. I didn't know what to make of you at first. Not often you can trust a stranger down here. I'm glad I did.
Missão aí até que bem simples, né? Bom, pessoal, finalizando o vídeo aqui, no próximo a gente continua, beleza? Se gostou, deixa o like, se inscreva no canal. Valeu, falou!